Oh, good evening. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Damn, haven't we got a lot to speak about tonight, haven't we? Daizen Maeda is gone. We did wonder why Daizen Maeda had not been coming back to Celtic as quick as he maybe should have, but it looks like it's sayonara. Daizen Maeda has left the building, as they say. Sky Sports reported earlier that Daizen Maeda is nearing a move to Ipswich Town, after a 10 million deal in principle was agreed with Celtic. Does that show any ambition at all by Daizen Maeda? Or is that just, I'll play for any club? I'll play for any club that's in any league. I just want to play in that league. I think it's always sad. You always want the best for our players. You always want players to move on to better things. Is Ipswich Town really a better place to play your football than Celtic? It's questionable, isn't it? It is questionable. Anyway, Daizen Maeda, he is gone. That's him. I need to delete him off my off of all my stuff. But the other breaking news tonight is Fabrizio Romano. He put out a tweet just over an hour ago, and this one took Celtic fans by surprise. This one did take us by surprise. Understand Celtic have reached an agreement with Mika Baur on personal terms. The club to club talks are ongoing. That'll be the structure of the deal. So it's 10 million for Daizen Maeda, 15 million for Alistair Johnson, 20 million for Arne Engels, and then we sign a player, 3 million player for the German second division. The interesting thing, the player from the division that we're talking about can play football in various positions. He can play as a left winger, right winger, attacking midfield, centre midfield, or defensive midfielder. In other words, we've no idea where he's going to be playing for at Celtic. If Celtic are trying to make as many announcements as they can this week, there's one thing that they're doing it right. It's all about the money. We would all move to another job if we got a huge pay rise. Simple. All the best, Daizen. But surely you would. What happened to all these other teams? He's jumped ship to the first team that came in for him. No bidding. What happened to the bidding war? What happened to all these other teams that were interested in Daizen Maeda? It's as if, Daizen Maeda said in an interview back in his homeland that he wanted Celtic to drop the transfer fee from 15 million. Well, he's obviously got his way, but I think that he could have went to a better club. That's just my opinion. That is called the One Celtic Fans View. Everyone's entitled to their opinion on the channel. I just think that it's he's not going to achieve anything, is he? He's not going to win anything. It's the way that is at Celtic. You know, it's sad, but that's it. It looks like it is over for Daizen Maeda, and he will not be back at Celtic for pre-season training. That's the Celtic model, but best to get used to it. Yeah, bringing in a player that's played second division and in Germany. I wonder if he came across Daizen Maeda at his time in the second division. Do you think he'll be left back for us? Left winger? Not left back, left winger. I mean, he's played in various positions, but he's only played as a winger 26 times. He's played in midfield more. Don't tell me we're going to bring in another player and play him out of position. Somebody's wanting to play ball. You would jump ship when you're making 30 grand a week. You're sound. Where has he played in the last games that he's played? Anyway, 22-year-old fits the Celtic model. He'll be looking to come to England, come to Scotland, and then jump ship down to England. It said that his position's a central midfielder, so I don't know how we're thinking that he's going to be a winger. I don't know. It does say that his position central midfielder, and he's played there a lot more than he's played on the wing. Attacking midfielder, 49 games. Central midfielder, 29. Left winger, 26. Right winger, 20 games. Defensive midfielder, 6 games. He can score goals as well, so that's always an added bonus. Is he the man that's coming in for? Is he the man that's coming in for Arne Engels? Is this the Arne Engels replacement? Cheaper than Arne Engels. We do have some stats on the player. He is a midfield player. He kind of gets all over the pitch. Here is, let me just get this onto the screen. The heat map for the player. I'll get this onto the screen now. If I could find where the hell the... There it's there. And then boom. So this is the heat map for the player in question. Do that. So he kind of gets all over the pitch, doesn't he? That kind of heat map reminds you of Scott Brown playing as a player. Looks more of a Hatate replacement. Do you think so? More a real Hatate replacement? I'm not too sure. There's one thing. It could be a Hatate replacement. That's very true. And I'm just reading a bit of news that's coming through. Personal terms are not an issue. His agent, who has excellent connections to Celtic, is working on the deal. There we go. It's not going to fall through. His agent has excellent connections. That's a Tommy Gravison heat map. It is, isn't it? If he comes in and plays anything like Tommy Gravison, we might be honest. That's a proper midfielder heat map, isn't it? That is a proper. I don't think that we've had a heat map like that for a player since Scott Brown was at Celtic in these early days. They're not a player that can get all over the pitch, and I think it could be a good thing. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Plus, it hasn't been confirmed by Celtic. Nothing's been confirmed by Celtic, as we would expect. I did do a video earlier. If you haven't checked that out, it is all about the shame game, as they called it at the time. The Celtic Rangers Scottish Cup clash at Ibrox, and the report has came out. I have done a video on that. I'm not going to talk about it on this one. I've done another video about it. You can go and chat about it there. But it is all about that Celtic are in talks to sign midfielder Mika Baur. And we'll wait and see how that one works out. Probably Daizen Maeda's agent, yeah, lol. Other than that, is it Hatate away or McGregor? I think it'll be Rio Hatate that's definitely away. Last player like that was Petrov. Big Rab. That's a good shout. That's a good shout when you look at the heat map for the player. But and that tell you one thing: if he's half the player that Petrov was for Martin O'Neill, and if Celtic can get him in for the money that they were looking at, roughly, I mean, he's on transfer market for, let me get the profile back up. It is about €5 million. I can't see Celtic paying €5 million for him. But you never know. It means that there is player movement happening at Celtic, and it's what we've all been wanting, isn't it? We've all been wanting it. Let me jump into some of the questions. Petrov, what a midfielder. Yes, can't be too hard to be better than Hatate. Great in V3. He looks like McCown with hair dye. Don't say that about him, because it's don't say that about him. That's Hatate wants away, but no club wants him. He'll be back to Japan for $2 million max. I think that we take what we get for Rio Hatate. I didn't expect. One report says 2.5 million. If Celtic have got him for 2.5 million, Joseph, that's a good piece of business. Don't know, his valuation's 5. It doesn't have when his contract expires. That's the only thing. And he's sponsored by Adidas. So there's been no issue getting him to go to Celtic. Interesting one. Anyway, Fabrizio Romano coming out with it again. That just shows you that all the confidence of Martin O'Neill have. Don't forget that the Saudi transfer window opens tomorrow. I think there's a lot of people hoping and praying that Callum McGregor goes, but I don't think so. A good call like Petrov. I think it could, if he's half as good as Petrov. Martin O'Neill knows a good player when he sees him. But anyway, back to the confidence of Martin O'Neill, who were putting out all the information about all the Celtic incomings and goings. It was no one related to Celtic that popped this one out today. This one came out of thin air, and it was the main transfer guru, the biggest transfer guru in the world, really, wasn't it? That popped out the news. Let's jump into some of the posts. Fabrizio Romano tweeting about an incoming transfer. Well, look at us. It's a pity Michael Nicholson finishes work at 5 p.m, so he'll pick up the talks tomorrow after his coffee, morning, and jobby. That's a cracker. That's a cracker. Personal terms may be agreed, but Celtic moving fast in this market. A technically gifted German midfielder in this Rodgers system would be class. Massive depth upgrade. Ooh, massive depth upgrade, eh? And then this looks like some footage of him. So looks like I'm on the ball here now. No, it's not. Here he is there. Oh, we've gone to the pus. You get plenty of that in Scottish football, mate. But there you go. Jesus, the negativity. The negativity. Anyway, let's get off that because we aren't staying on too late this evening. And Cal Mark will almost done. Will fail his medical in Saudi if he goes. Yep. A year left for Brewer. Well, if there's only a year left, that's why you're getting him for 2.5 million. And to take Cal Mark to Saudi. Oh, sounds like a club signing. Oh, come on. Don't start with your club signings and your Martin O'Neill signings. Jesus, can we not just get players in? Highlights package can make Raphael Shite look good. Yes, they can, mate. Liam, they can. And I could probably put together a highlight package for Raphael Shite at his time at Celtic. The one pre-season game that he played well. And you're thinking, he looks like a decent player. And then when the league started, he was shite. And you're thinking, what happened to this cracking defender that was seen in that one game in pre-season? Just never worked out for him, did it? These highlights are there. Have we signed a decent player or something? Yes, well, it hasn't been made official yet, but it's pretty much official as it comes when you get the biggest transfer guru in the world tweeting that Celtic understand that Celtic have reached an agreement with the player in question, Mika Baur. Going to need to get the pronunciation of that one right. Anyway, Mika. The last Mika that we brought to Celtic turned out to be all right, and he was slated. Mika Lustig. He got slated before he came to Celtic, saying, oh, he's terrible, he's injury prone, he's this, that, and the next thing. But he was a half decent player. Let's just hope that this one. Did we sign someone? It's not official as yet, but the big news is that Daizen Maeda is also on his way out of Celtic, as Sky reported it earlier that Daizen Maeda is near the move to Ipswich Town after a 10 million deal in principle was agreed with Celtic. 10 million, it will have clauses on it, but I don't think it was Mikael. I know it was Mikael Lustig. I'm just kind of like, it was similar, right? I know it was Mikael Lustig, but he was called Mika. Big Lustig was a fantastic player. Don't sign a player, more like fuck, sign a player and they're shite. Yep, that's pretty much how Celtic fans are going this pre-season, mate. John, you need an award for that. Do you know? That's what it's like online. That's how I'm it looks like Albert Kidd. There is a slight resemblance to Lustig. Do you know if he's as crazy as this picture, he's got the dodgy moustache. Remember, Lustig had a dodgy moustache. Different colour of hair, but Lustig had a dodgy moustache. And when Bruni said when Lustig came into Celtic, he looked at him and went, who's this plonker with the long hair? How did that work out for Bruni? Turned out to be a fantastic player for Celtic. Right, Maeda versus Kyogo in the Championship 2027, yeah, and Kyogo could stay there. That's me feeding all the neighbours. That's me after feeding all the neighbours, feeling fantastic. What are you feeding them? Ipswich is in the Premier. There you go. That's why he's went to Ipswich, because they're in the Premiership. So they have. Who cares? It's Ipswich. Celtic actually making a move with a second signing. Yes, we are. I think that Celtic are going to announce 3 signings on Friday. Maybe 2. 2 signings. It'll be fantastic Friday. I can see him with a cot harp on. Wait a minute. The news soonest for Celtic. Wait 2 seconds, because there is something happening in the world. I just have to do this rather quick. Whilst we're still live, chat amongst yourselves. You asked, and yeah, since his name is Mika and not Mikael, it's just a slight difference. We're thinking about it. We are thinking about it. Hulk for 7 million. Well, hopefully that will be the third. Imagine we spend like 20 million. It'll be 15 million we'll spend this week. 15 million we'll spend this week, and we'll get PC Lustig. Well, just wait. Come on, hurry up. German replaced McGregor. I'm kind of thinking, how much we're buying him for? Some people are saying it's 2.5 million. His valuation on transfer marked is 5 million euros, but he's only got a year left on his contract, so Celtic will be trying to do a deal. His agent is friendly with Celtic, I'm reading. It's coming out of Germany. And Celtic have agreed personal terms. They are not the issue. We'd have had a better left back if his name was Mika. This is true. Well, there we go. The Ed. It's not the one that I wanted, but you never know. I think that he might fit in at Celtic. Oh, it's not that one. Where is it? It's this one. I think he might fit in at Celtic. I'm just saying. STV News, Maeda Ipswich 10 million. Stephen Kelly, we reported that at the beginning of the video, and it's also in the thumbnail. Sold to him. Anyway, right. Let me see. 2 seconds. Can let's just see if we can do that. Same agent as Kuhn. Well, that's fantastic. If it's the same agent as Kuhn, it means he'll be here. That means he's probably signed a deal where he'll be at Celtic for a couple of years, and Celtic will be moving him on, which means that the next manager, is going to be up against it once again. No worries, Andy. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just on Hex says Stephen. Alistair Johnston is detrimental. Alistair Johnston, the chat of Alistair Johnston going down to the English Premiership, if that happens, I think we will go for Julian Araujo, but I think Julian Araujo, although his valuation dropped slightly, I think that they will still want more money. And maybe we are going to go back for Julian Araujo. I'd rather Julian Araujo, to be honest. I think Araujo... Is Julian Araujo better than Alistair Johnston? Alistair Johnston's a fully fledged international. Julian Araujo isn't. But Julian Araujo's got... Alistair Johnston's got a bit fighting him as well, but he's been here for a few years now, and it wouldn't surprise me. Maeda will hate Ipswich. It's shite. Of all the places to go to, Ipswich. It's fucking hell. Hope to if we don't lose Alistair Johnston. If Alistair Johnston, we have to go for Araujo. We're just rendering up something here. Not had a decent defensive midfield since about 2 years before Bruni left. Yes. It's okay. I think he might fit in well at Celtic. I have confirmation that he is. He's all cops are ACAB, as they say. And it looks like that if given the opportunity, he will be playing at Celtic and he will take over from Mikael Lustig with the Coppers hat. It's an old school Coppers hat. It's a London Copper hat, but it's maybe we'll play a game in London. You never know. We'll play a game in London and we'll score a goal against, I don't know, maybe Arsenal or Chelsea, and he runs over and steals the Coppers hat and goes, fucking, let's get it up, you English fuckers. You never know. But anyway, that's it. Right. Enough of that nonsense. Maeda can piss off. Oh, here comes the negative. Get more players in, says Dave Morton. Maeda just wants to play in the Premier. It was the same with Ange. There's a big limelight around the Prem outside of Europe. European people, well, Spanish people, they don't necessarily like the English Premiership. They think it's overrated. They don't like the football that gets played there, and at the end of the day, Spain won the World Cup. Araujo's on 25 grand a week. Get him. Get him. Get him. That's easy money. Maeda won't score 6 goals next season. No, he won't. I think, who cares? He's gone. It's like an ex. That's it. You don't talk about him. That's it. It's over. I've got an impression of Martin didn't like Araujo. Do you think so? I think that he did. I thought he did like Araujo. You never know. It maybe all came down to that night out. I thought he liked him. This German boy gives me the fear. Reeks of whoever signed Junior Adamu and Tam the Czech. Nah, Tam the Czech was a complete waste of money. This time last... Where did that go? I hate it when it does that. Ipswich will never love Maeda like we did. They'll be huffing every time his first touch is a conversion. Oh, I'm sick to the back teeth of Celtic. Why are you the sick to the back teeth of Celtic? That's not good for your health. Anyway, shh, don't talk about health. Right, there was a comment that I seen, and last time I seen that hat, I got knocked out with a truncheon. That's not the one that I wanted. That was Maeda can piss off. Arocco on 50 grand a week. Arocco's not on 50 grand a week. Surely. If he's on 50 grand a week, there's no chance he'll come to Celtic. But anyway, Tam the Robert Fleck. Kelechi isn't worth 23 grand a week. Yeah, that was a good bit. That was a bit of funny news that came out today. Yes, Guinness, mate. That's what Celtic drive to on a Tuesday night. I was like, I fucking need a Guinness if I'm going to do this live. Just the one. Just the one. But anyway, yeah, that was a fantastic, weird, strange bit of news that was put out by the Scottish media and maybe someone to do with Celtic that Kelechi Iheanacho wanted 47 grand a week to play at Celtic, and it got the Celtic fans back right up saying, Kelechi Iheanacho, you can f off, you're not worth 47 grand a week. It's come out from his club in Turkey. Don't ever do that again. Don't. Sorry, I apologise. And he's on 25 grand a week. 23 grand a week or something. Kelechi Iheanacho's on. So what happened with Celtic? They must have offered them something like 10 grand a week. But anyway, it is that, and I've only had, it was what was left in the fridge from the weekend. And helps my throat. Watch Nicholson take on Ange to get the deal done after he punts his phone on airplane mode. 23 pence a week. Arocco's on 50k. He looks like a poor man's Andy Halliday, this German that's coming in with a massive T-foul, which should even things up. Give the boy a break, man. He's not even in the door yet. He's going to do good things. Any news on Braga? Apparently he chose us over the Zombies. Well, we'll wait and see. That would be a fantastic one if he hates us. But it would be funny if he did choose us over the Zombies and Martin O'Neill announces 4 players. Do you think that we could have a Super Friday? Celtic never announce 4 players on the same day, do they? If they had any brains, they would try and get all the deals done, and then they would announce 1 player Thursday, 1 player Friday, 1 player Saturday morning, and then 1 player Sunday or Monday. Just spread the love and then take over the back pages, as they say. Maeda's in a relegation battle, but it's in the Premiership. Yeah, and he's on fantastic money. But anyway, right, that is the comments done for this evening. The breaking news tonight is that Daizen Maeda is on his way out. He's gone. He's done. He's dusted. You will never see him in Glasgow again. Will he come back to? I wonder if he packed up his house before he went to the World Cup, knowing the fact that he wouldn't be back at Celtic. Was it a rented property? Did they just pack their case and go? I don't know. But anyway, if you haven't checked out, let me just do one thing. We'll go this before you all go this evening. There was a video out earlier on, a very damning report on the incident. Well, it wasn't an incident, it was the incidents after the game in the Scottish Cup game at Ibrox. You can check that out there. I've just put the link up to that if you haven't checked it out already. You can also read the report in full. I do have a bit of a rant about it, but in that video. But tell my missus I love her big bum. Why does Darren has said, let's just get, there's Darren's, so it's Darren that's saying that, not me. There we go. Have a fantastic evening, you strange people. We're going to miss wee Maeda. Did great for us. come on, think about to the first half of the season. He was not interested. He turned up with 7 games to go. Anyway, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world. Press the right button, Buzz.